Hey guys, it's Nuclear Shockwave here, and yeah, today I want to be talking about Nations. And for all you new players out there who have just downloaded Dominations recently, about a month ago or something, you're probably going to be quite new to Nations. Anyway, right, let's jump into Dominations. Anyway, nations are something that you unlock in the Iron Age, which I believe is, I think it's the third age, or is it the fourth? One of them, anyway. I can't be bothered doing the math. And yeah, there's different, like, recently the latest age that they just brought out was Korean. Before they just had 6 nations, I think. Now they got 7. Yeah, I think so. And for each nation that you choose to be, like at the start when you reach Iron Age, the nation that you choose to be will become free. What's this? Korea anniversary. It's been 1 year since we released the Korean nation. Yeah, see, literally, so the Korean nation came like, wait, no way, the Korean nation, oh yeah, so the Korean nation didn't come out like really just recently. It came out like still a year ago, but it came out like a good month or two later than the actual game. So yeah, anyway, like I was saying, the nations, like it says here, when you on Iron Age, the nation that you first choose is free. When I first joined the game, and like I've had many accounts on this game which I've gotten deleted and stuff because my devices have been destroyed by water damage and things. My first ever account, I think, I was Romans, and I did not change because my device got broken. And so this year I think is my third account, and this is the only one where I've had 2 nations. So when I first, in this account that I'm playing on now, chose my first nation in the Iron Age, I actually chose I think it was the Chinese nation, and I clicked Revolution, which is, Revolution, if you don't know, is something that, I think you unlock it, I think it's medieval age, and when you basically have the ability then to change nations. So when I was in Iron Age, I was the Chinese, and then after that, when I went into the medieval age, I decided to go and change into the Japanese age, which I am now. But recently I've been doing some research on the internet on Dominations Wiki. It's actually a really good website. I've been on there for you people who like Dominations, I want to know about it, you should really go onto it. And I've been researching on what type of nation to have a revolution to next, because I'm sick of Japanese. Because, like, for example, I go to Romans, their special soldier is a legion, which is him there, and all of them have a soldier, a special. But I wanted to have a revolution to a nation that had a horse rider, like the French, and I think the French, Greeks, and it's just the French and the Greeks who have what do you call it, a horseback rider, cavalry. And the reason I want to become them is that I was looking up at like the max, like I think it's once you reach the industrial age, your horses, but your cavalry will then become tanks. And the reason why I wanted to become either Greeks or French is because they're tanks, because obviously if I reach the global age one day, hopefully, then the tanks that they'll give me from the horseback riders will be so much better than the normal tanks. I'll show you what I mean now, but it's really your decision. Like, I like horseback riders, so that's why I'm deciding between French and Greeks to go to next. I'm probably going to go to Greeks because they the final tank that you get so far is so much stronger than the French one. But if you're like a fan of the far range people, like there's the Chinese to choose from, there's the British, they give you him, there is the Koreans, and there's 3 of them. And then if you're a fan of the normal foot soldiers, you have the Germans and the Romans. Yeah, the Romans went on my first account. They were quite good. Anyway, I'm just gonna just go to my gallery. I took some screenshots of. Yeah, I took some. Yeah, here we go. So, right, basically, here we have. This is the battle tank, I think. No, this is the special French tank. Here, right. This is the normal battle tank. So if you were to choose a nation that doesn't give you special cavalry, they would basically you'd basically around the global age that the highest tank you would get is this one if you haven't chosen a nation that gives you a cavalry, and this has 18,000 health and 422 damage. But then I thought tanks are like really essential for like in being in the global age, so that's why I want to go to a nation now that has cavalry people. So when I go to the global age, hopefully, then I will have the tanks and stuff, really good tanks. So this is the default tank that's max so far that they have. It's called a battle tank. And then I'll show you, this is I see down here it says the Greek tank, and this has 20,000 health and 528 damage. So that's like a whole 2,000. Yeah, that's a whole entire 2,000 health more than the Greek tank, and a whole entire more than 100 attack more than the standard tank. Yeah, that's what I meant, the standard tank, not the Greek tank. And what we were just looking at here was the Greek tank. Now we'll move over to here. This is the French one. The French one is still better than the default one because it's 19,000 health. It's a whole 1,000 health more, but the damage per second is only a slight bit above the default tank. So I thought overall, being the Greeks, if you're all about the cavalry, then Greeks is the best choice. But if, let's say, you're all about the foot soldiers, I took a few, not all. Like I took the normal foot soldiers when they get to the maximum on global aid that they have so far. I think it looks like they have LMGs, light machine guns, basically, in their hands. And yeah, and this one right here is the Japanese one. He looks alright. He has 497 health, 282 damage. Out of these guys, I think the Romans are the most strongest. These are the Romans. Max guy, he looks really bulky. 540 health, 274 damage. Wait. This guy's more damage than that guy. That guy's more health. Then this guy, 573 health and 330, and this is damage, and this is the German. So if you are choosing between if you like the normal foot soldiers, for you, I would go for German because they're the best. And what is this guy? This guy is this guy's a maxed out Korean guy. I might talk about the Archer guys in another video. But yeah, so that's basically it. So whatever you're a fan of, like I'm mostly a fan of cavalry, so I'm thinking of moving on to Greek, so that when I'm hopefully on the maxed out age, then I'll have the best of all the tanks. But if you're a fan of the foot soldiers, I thought I'd go for Germans, because then that would help you out a lot. So yeah guys, that was this video telling you about pretty much what nation to choose for what troop you like. And let's quickly go back to Dominations. Each What? Out.